Peter Thiel, now he's a hotshot tech guy, co-founder of PayPal. He's leaving Silicon Valley because of its liberal politics. Second point, the state continues to push to give illegals the right to vote once they get a driver's license. I don't like that. Joining us now, Lydia Ortega, Republican candidate running for California's lieutenant governorship. Lydia, I'm serious about this. If California goes forward with this motor voter, get the illegals on the book story, then you're going to corrupt America's electoral process. Can you stop it?
I'm not sure I can stop it, but I'm going to work to do that. I know that if the one party has to break the law to get voters, then there's something wrong with that party. And it's the same problem that's driving Peter Thiel out of Silicon Valley. You can't voice a different opinion in Silicon Valley. And in most of California now, one-party rule has really stopped us from being able to express ourselves and challenge ideas.
Well, it is really a one-party state. I think it's been a long, long time since any Republican was elected to a statewide office. I know you're trying to change that, but you've got an uphill struggle, haven't you?
I do. And I'm ready for this challenge. My parents always said, don't be a complainer about what's happening unless you're willing to do something about it. And so finding this office of lieutenant governor is something that I can do, not as a politician, but as a public servant.
What's going to be your line of attack? What are you basing your candidacy on?
I'm basing it on my ability to think as an economist, to challenge ideas, and to get the Democratic Party to come to the table to talk about what works for the people that are not expressing their opinions because they're afraid of retribution. That's not just on college campuses anymore. It's throughout Silicon Valley. It's throughout California. People are declining to state because there's repercussions for stating the wrong party or the wrong idea. That sounds like very much a socialist idea.
Yeah, I agree entirely. You've got a free speech problem, basically. It's ironic, isn't it, that Mario Savio, in the early 1960s, created the free speech movement at Berkeley, which really swept across the country, and now the complete opposite, right there in California, a lack of free speech.
Well, I'm going to help make that pendulum turn around, because that's exactly what has to happen. And I will be speaking at Berkeley. I'm very proud of the college Republicans at Berkeley. These students are on the front lines fighting for their right to think independently. I want to be there with them.
You're with Peter Thiel, aren't you? Yes, we mentioned him before we brought you on the show, and you mentioned him, and he's leaving for exactly what you're talking about, this sort of gridlock of opinion. You're not allowed to break out of the mold. That's what you're talking about.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I see it on the campuses all the time. I see it in the classrooms, and it's a crime that we're perpetuating on our students, because if we don't teach them how to think and how to problem solve, they're not going to be able to deal with the issues that I can't even imagine they will be facing in 30 years.
Lydia,
it's a crime.
Yeah, it's bad news. I used to live in California 35 years ago. Wonderful place. A place of great opportunity and freedom. Times have changed. We wish you well in your campaign, Lydia, and come back and see us again soon, please.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.